Well, Gary is doing some errands today. We're taking our truck in for some service, and I am at the site myself. So I thought this would be a great time to do an overview of our truck camper. So if you've seen our videos before, you know that if we're staying at a place for a decent amount of time, we will put up this Gazelle. It's basically kind of a garage for us. So I'm gonna let you peek in, but just some boxes of junk. We are looking for a smaller version. This is really nice and easy to pop up, but it's heavy and really long. Takes up a lot of space. The next cool thing on this camper is this slide out tray that we affectionately call the Cadaver tray. We have so much junk in here, it is not funny, but just to give you an idea, so we pack our inflatable kayaks there. We've got some bins here of miscellaneous stuff, my Instapot, which doesn't fit inside, that kind of stuff. So really nice. Hiking poles, other chemicals, blah, blah, blah. But it all fits amazingly in there. We did try this stuff and it works great. It's been really nice to keep the water from going in this crack and then getting inside. So it's doing a great job. Just kind of got to come up with some better adhesive. As far as upgrades outside, we really haven't done much. We've got a few things. We did buy a bike rack from Camping World that ties on to your ladder. In order for us to get into that slide out tray, we did have to remove the front wheels, which really wasn't bad. And you saw it just barely cleared it. It's nice so we can take the seats off so they're not getting soaking wet. But they are kind of a pain to get up and down. So it's a pro and con there. Another upgrade that we did was on our 30 amp cable. So we ended up with this smart plug. This thing is so much more robust than the OEM connection. It actually has a very, I'm not going to do it since we have power going on, but it locks and unlocks. There's a tactile and an audible click, so you know you're in good shape there. On another video, we already talked about the stable camper, and that's those poles on both sides. It is invaluable when it comes to being off the truck and keeping this thing nice and steady when you're inside. Honestly, I'm not sure if I would want to go full timing without it. If I'm not going full timing or if I'm only using this sporadically, I probably could deal with it. But it is a wonderful feature. All right, so let's go inside. Oh yeah, we did upgrade to this RV lock. This is a version 4, so it doesn't have that annoying beep. So if you're familiar with a Host truck camper, this is a Cascade 2018. Up here so you can see the kitchen a little better. As far as the Host Cascade camper goes, I love this kitchen. We cook almost every meal in here, and this is just done quite well. So you've got your garbage can here. You've got your stovetop, a drawer with all of your gizmos and junk. We ended up not getting a stove, and I'm so glad we didn't, because we can have this wonderful large cabinet with all of our kitchen crap in here. Works very well. I recently got this little organizer, which has been doing really great for veggies and stuff to keep in bread here. I've also used these bags, which are great for going to the grocery store and then just hanging them up on the pantry. As far as our dishes, this is our main area here. I created a little shelf there, so we have larger items on the right and just stackable things on the left. I did put some cool lighting in here, so when these things open and close, I can get some lighting since it is a bit deep. And that is thanks to Lucy on the Host Truck Camper site. She kind of convinced me that that was a cool idea. In our pantries, I didn't put any lighting in here because really they weren't, they're fairly shallow, but man, look at the space. Again, we are full timing, so we have a ton of food in here. Staples, stuff that we use all the time. It is large and more than sufficient for at least 2 weeks worth of food. Obviously, I still have my spice problem because I've got spices here, spices here, and spices there. So you can kind of tell, definitely still have that spice problem, but I don't think Gary minds now. Oh, as far as updates here, we did add one of this kind of handle, which is really nice to be able to kind of open the door and shut it from here. That's quite nice. We put just some hooks there so we can keep all of our keys. Simple things, nothing dramatic. I did have a video that we did of the backsplash and really think that adds a little bit of classiness to it. But that's, oh yeah, I guess I should say we did install the Acuva water filter, which is really great. A side note, the only challenge with it is it does pulse a bit when it's on because it's a much lower flow than your regular stuff. So as long as you realize that, you're good to go, and you can get water filtered to 0.2 microns, which is beautiful and UV cleaned, so nice. Our camper did come with the Fireplace. You might think this Fireplace is a hokey addition, but I am so glad we got it. When we are camping in colder weather and we're at a place where we have hookups, we use this thing all the time, and it's so much better than using our propane. In the Cascade, this is where you have most of your electronics. The OEM one came with the Cummins generator over there and these porch lights. We added the sea level and the Victron and a panel to watch our lithium batteries and our solar power and our DC power usage. I just love it. This is the fuse panel area. If we need to get in there for extended times, we just use a simple one of those door catcher stuff. All right, so this was the TV it came with. That's the radio that came with it. We did create this little charging station area for all of my junk. It was kind of needed since it was all over the place, and it's kind of keeps it a little bit cleaner. Moving on, we did have a video of us getting this recliner in here. This is not the OEM, this is a RecPro recliner. They have cup holders. This is electric, so the recliners will come up with using electric. There are some challenges on this one, so if you are interested in that, watch the video up there. So this is the refrigerator that came with our camper. It is a Dometic. It runs off of either propane or AC. And I kind of like that because I like redundancy. Similar to that Fireplace, I like to have our regular furnace. For propane, I have the Fireplace heat with the electric, and I really like that. Similar in the kitchen, we've got the microwave that we can use for an oven, because it is a convection oven. I can use it for microwaving if I'm on electric. If not, I use stove item stuff. I like that, personally. We didn't really do anything with the refrigerator except add this little blackboard, which is really nice to keep track of stuff we're doing. But, I mean, obviously, lots of stuff in here. It's not really that bad. We tend to go shopping once a week, but it's usually a heavier grocery run every 2 weeks. So we could easily live off of everything we have in here in 2 weeks and not perish. Okay, moving on, they have the cabinets above these chairs. We, again, added some lighting in here and added a cheesy shelf with existing wood we had just to kind of organize things. So we've got bins in here on the bottom, got my printer, drone, toilet paper, spare toilet paper. That's always good. More my area for keeping junk. We ended up getting the L-shaped. I kind of agree it's not as functional as just the regular couch. Realistically, I would have loved to have gotten the couch, but in the Cascade, you can't get the couch and the recliners, and it's because of this gap that's needed. So we're living with this. We did upgrade the cushions in there. I've got a video on that if you're interested. We added the Lagoon table, which now apparently is an option on Host. I do need to see if I can get the Host bracketry on this one. Even with our updates on here, we do have a bit of wiggling because this is really not structural, so we may opt for grabbing Host's bracket at some point when we're in Oregon. Let's see what else. Got some shoe organizers, which are nice. We've got those in here and in our bedroom. We created some blackout shades that are magnetic. If you're interested, we have another video about that, but not a lot in here. Oh, I guess I should say, we did upgrade the AC, and we have several videos on that, both good and neutral, so if you're interested in learning more about that, definitely check those videos out. This here is basically where I sit most of the time. So as far as Gary and I living in here regularly, if we're in the camper for extended periods of time, Gary is usually sitting on one of the recliners and I'm over here working on my computer. I love this layout because we have multiple areas that we can sit at. And I think that kind of lends itself more to a homey feel, in my opinion. I really enjoy that. Oh, also, that gives us the ability to have multiple people in here fairly comfortably. We can fit 4 very comfortably in here, and we're planning on doing that for Thanksgiving. All right, on to the bathroom. So we do keep the blackout shade on all the time in the bathroom just because, you know, I don't want to be too voyeuristic when I'm on the throne. We ended up adding just a place to keep my clothes in here. That's kind of nice. Jewelry addition here. We added a towel rack that works pretty well. Got our toothbrushes there. Again, I put lighting in here. That lighting also doubles if you wake up in the middle of the night and you need to see something. You can turn that on instead of having large amounts of light, which is so nice. We've got lots more stuff in here than we need, but lots of room. I added this shelf here just because we had extra stuff, and I really wanted to stop buying tinier bottles and using larger bottles from a cost standpoint. That's pretty much the bathroom. I will show you our shower. This is our crap area. Don't look too closely, but we have our dirty clothes here. That's my gym bag. The bag that we have all of our laundry junk here, that is the dehumidifier that we still use, and our boots right now, which we're kind of in that transition phase between winter and fall. Lots and lots of hangers everywhere, which is really great for wet clothes or gym clothes that need to air out. We did get one of those Oxygenics shower heads. I think that helps a ton on water savings. Oh yeah, I forgot. I bought one of these things on Etsy and totally love it. Look at these things. It's basically just some 3D printed thing to keep all of your shampoos and conditioners and all that stuff in place, so you don't have to take them and throw them on the floor. I loved these things for any kind of bars. They actually seem to make the bars last longer. One thing I forgot to mention is that we did upgrade both the bathroom and the kitchen fans to the Max Air fans. I really like those in general. They do a fairly good job of getting a lot of airflow in here. We've had some problems with the electronics. There's a video about that. There's a video about anything that we've had problems with or upgraded. So if you're interested, definitely, kind of peruse the channel. Now we head into the bedroom area. We added a step. It is foldable, which is nice. This is Gary's area, so I just don't touch that stuff. That's just his. So we have a nice little shelf in here that is basically lots of junk. So this is the bedroom. We obviously are in here quite a bit. We have done a few things. One of them being adding hooks over here on this wall, along with some places to put our slippers. I had to add a 360 fan, which has been really nice. It'll go up, down, left, right. It does 360. That's really nice to be able to get some additional airflow back here. The Cascade, we have this weird triangular portion up here that can get storage in there, but we wanted another additional piece to kind of keep things in there, so we ended up using one of those car mesh bungee cord things. I also keep my gloves and winter items in there regardless of the year, so I know exactly where they are. I think I mentioned in one of my other videos I hated having the glass windows here, so I ended up putting a reflective film on there that still gives light to the area, but I just don't have to see me crawling in bed at night. As far as storage in here, we still have some USB powered lights in here that work really well and turn off in a few moments. We use these baskets on all of the pieces, and it really just keeps things organized really well. So same here, that's my side of it. This is Gary's side. So we have main storage for baskets, and then have kind of that side area for off-season items. As far as upgrades, we did update 2 LED lights in the reading lights, and Gary added some really nice USB connections there so we can charge our phones and our watches and not have to worry about having the inverter on. So we've got one on this side and 2 on Gary's side. Similar to the other ones, we do tend to keep this Reflectix up just because it keeps a lot of the heat or coolness depending on the time of year. There you have it. Hope this helped you kind of get an idea of what it would be like to live in a truck camper full time. If you have any questions about anything you saw or something I didn't talk about, definitely tell me below. I'll be happy to expand upon that more. So, hope you enjoyed. Talk to you later.